So here's the part of the Noah story that is troubling. First, let's talk about something people get wrong. They talk about how Noah brought in all the living creatures 2 by 2 into the ark. That's not what God said. God said bring in 7 of all clean animals and only 2 of unclean animals, which means pigs, something that, rolls around in his old feces. And the other thing is after it's over with, Noah plants a vineyard. He gets drunk. He falls asleep naked in his tent. And his son Ham finds him and sees him naked. And seeing a person naked can mean many things. And there are theories. The theories are there was possibly he homosexually raped his father, which is, kind of out there. But more than likely is that Ham took advantage of his mother, who was in the tent, because when Noah woke and became aware of Ham's sin, he put a curse on the son that would come from that sin that was named Canaan. And he said Canaan would have to serve the other brothers Shem and Shmenderik. Actually, his name's Japheth, but I like Shmenderik because he does nothing interesting in the Bible. But Canaan will have to be a servant of those 2 brothers ever after. Now, some people just say that looking upon your father as he's naked and then going to the other brothers and saying, hey, Pop's laying there naked, buck naked to the world, itself is a sin. But why would he curse the progeny? Why would he curse the result of that sin, which is a son? People don't cover that part of Genesis very much. They just like the old Noah built the ark. They were, it took them a year after the flood. And, there were all those, it was interesting because when you saw the similarities between the creation story and Noah, it's almost like somebody wrote a new beginning to the Bible. And remember, when the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in the 20th century, there were 8 different versions. There were 6 different versions of Genesis complete and 8 different versions in part of Genesis. So what does that tell you? That tells you this is an oral tradition. Genesis is an oral tradition to tell that was written down when they were in exile in Babylon. And these are people trying to preserve their history and trying to preserve this story. And different scribes wrote different versions of these oral traditions. So people shouldn't get caught in the what, but I am amazed that it made it through the canon of the Old Testament of Ham's sin against Noah, because I don't know what the message is. But soon after, God makes a covenant with a man named Abram who lives in Babylon, and it's a really exciting story.